For today's video, I want to go over the topic of carrying versus just playing well. You can climb pretty high by just playing well, utilizing cover, managing the push and pull of the fight. But as you climb, you just have to start getting more creative about how you're going to get those picks that allow your team to move forward. This is typically the job of DPS players, but any role can technically do this. But the difference between playing well and carrying means taking risks. This is why I've said if you're going to die, die doing the right thing, don't die doing the wrong thing. And now my way of getting picks is not the only way. Other people have their own way, even using the same heroes. Psylocke, for instance, some people like to farm their ult off of the tanks and off the front line by applying a lot of pressure and trying to race to get their ult before the enemy supports do. I play the assassin distracting backline where I require a little bit more time, but I try to get a pick relying more on my neutral game rather than my ultimate. So whatever playstyle you manage to find works for you is entirely up to you. I'm going to give you examples of how I do mine. Hopefully it might inspire you to come up with unique ways to find picks yourself. That all being said, I'm going to jump into this match here where I show you how I go about securing those picks. And to be fair, I did hear the bombs on the door. I thought I could walk out and walk back in, and it didn't work. That's my bad. So immediately I start to apply pressure, allowing them to think that I'm going to stay here and apply pressure at the front line. But in all actuality, what I want to do is I want to go for the back line, even if I take the long route.
Step aside.
This is the exact location I like to be set up in. And it's unfortunate that our Luna died really early, but now I am in this great position to where nobody is looking at me and I have the element of surprise. When you're playing on offense, getting picks and securing picks can allow you to take space. And a single death on defense means giving up a lot of space. So in an angle such as this one, I am extremely at risk of dying, but also at the same time, I need to get a pick in order for my team to take space. And to me, attacking the backline works great because of the fact that nobody tends to turn around. So looking straight ahead, I see that they have a rocket here, and I know that if I kill him, their res station is meaningless, so he's the one I'm targeting first.
You lose, dude. Sayonara. This will do nicely.
You can see how immediately once I got that pick, I didn't greed for more. Once they turned to do damage to me, it was too risky. I got out, I got my health, and now I'm re-engaging again. So as my teammates are applying pressure from the front, they're going to try and retreat and take cover behind this wall where I'm already set up. In this situation, it worked out well because I got us picks that allowed us to take space, but I didn't get out quickly enough, so I died.
Ultron will pay for what he has done to a Rocco. My hunt continues.
Another one of the reasons why I try to avoid dying as much as possible is it's not just respawn time, but also walking back to the objective. And even when I get to the objective, I'm not in position to make a play. This is why I try to limit my deaths as much as possible because repositioning takes time. And really what you're after is not kills, but time.
Out of sight.
Please don't go down this easy.
Here, as my team is pushing from one direction, I am taking another angle to try and cut them off once again. Finding an uncontested route is super valuable because getting the drop on the enemy sometimes leads to easy picks. And taking those extreme angles always comes with a risk, but it also comes with rewards if you can get your pick and get out safely. Once I feel it's no longer safe and I tried to get a pick and it didn't work out, I try to get back to safely and I reposition to try and take another angle once again. As my team is pushing main, I am going to take this other angle here, which allows me to attack them behind cover. Here, I'm not playing hyper aggressive because of the fact that I'm really close to my ultimate. I'm kind of building around that. So even though I don't target the tank very much, I sometimes do whenever I want to build my ultimate and get at that last little 10 or 15%. You can see that as my team was hurting them and pushing them back, they weren't really paying too much attention to me, which allowed me to build my ult and easily get a free pick on the Punisher. If I were to stand next to my team applying pressure, as the enemy takes cover from my team, they also take cover from me. So what you're trying to do all the time is you're trying to contest different angles and apply pressure in which you deny that cover. And once you secure that pick, it's time to get out and play it safe and apply pressure with your team with the numbers advantage that you've just created.
What a difference.
This is real firepower! Spider nest, watch out! More bad guys, just what we need.
Here, I was waiting because of the fact that with 2 support ultimates going off, I wasn't really going to kill anything, and I thought I could take advantage of the element of surprise. Unfortunately, I forgot about the Punisher, so he ends up spotting me. Psylocke does really well into Punisher though, so I feel like I might be able to take a duel with him and get a pick on him, and hopefully I can regroup with my team and fight as 6 before he gets a chance to regroup with his team.
The spider nest has been cleared. Step aside. This will do nicely.
Going for Punisher here is what I mean by trying to take a risk to give your team an advantage. Yes, it's extremely dangerous, but also at the same time, it could lead to a great reward in which we take the point because of this kill. And unfortunately, I had accidentally hit my Windows key in something else, which caused my game to move to another monitor. And because of it, I ended up dying, which was really unfortunate. I'm standing in this position for a little while I try and figure out how to move my game back to its original monitor, so I'll skip ahead.
You're mine. Sayonara.
You belong to me!
Hearing my Emma ult and after losing so much time, I feel the need to try and get in there very quickly and make a play. Anytime you hear your teammates using ultimates or attacking the enemy, it's time to get in there as fast as you can because your window of opportunity is very small. So I'm trying to immediately follow up on what my teammates are doing.
I love mind games.
Only 60 seconds left.
Out of sight. This should keep me safe.
I'm blocking helpful.
Out of sight.
Once again, my team is pushing them from one direction and I'm going to take a riskier angle coming from another direction to try and cut them off. A lot of times people default to always grouping up near their team, and that's not always the place you want to be. In order to carry games, you need to take those angles which allow you to find and secure picks. And here I found one with Punisher, and then immediately as I dashed out and I was in the open, I immediately dashed again to get right behind cover. After securing the pick, I've already given my team the advantage, and where a lot of players mess up is they get the pick, but then they end up dying and losing their team's advantage. Give your team the advantage and just hold on to that advantage.
Spider mode.
This will do nicely.
In this moment here, I'm not exactly trying to go for a dangerous play because of the fact that the convoy is still moving up rather slowly. As much as it would be great to try and go for a play and secure a pick, I also know that my teammates are really far away because of how the convoy is moving, so I'm trying to play a little bit more passively until I wait for it to push up a bit more.
This is real firepower!
Some uninvited guests.
The higher up I climb, the more useless Psylocke ult tends to be when I throw it out into a group, as supports generally patty cake or use support ultimates to counter it. So seeing that Strange was isolated and I got him down to half health, it was very easy to try and secure that pick, which immediately gave our team the advantage because even though our Penny died, she immediately got rezzed by the rocket station, giving us that advantage again. I'm not trying to go for a big flashy play and kill everybody on the enemy team. All I'm trying to do is isolate someone, get that one singular pick, and then use our numbers advantage to overpower them. Now, with us having a lot more pressure than the enemy team, I'm going to try and find another pick by attacking the back line.
Human magic.
I like the cold.
This will confuse them. You're mine. The beacon has been.
No.
I see the res station and I immediately want to destroy it because of the fact that even if we secure a pick, as long as that res station is up, it's just going to deny it. So I like to prioritize searching for that first before I end up trying to get a pick. And here, one of the tricks that I do after taking damage from Hela and dashing and turning invis is to go the opposite direction of which they expect me to go. This way, I'm not as easy to hit while invis. And if we look from the Hela's perspective, you can see that she is looking the direction where she thinks that I'm heading versus me taking a complete U-turn.
Us against the world!
Once I try to go for a pick, I try to apply pressure and I see support ults come out. There's not a whole lot that I can do in this moment to try and kill anyone. And yes, I could be out there trying to charge my ultimate, but my playstyle is more of trying to catch people by surprise rather than try and overpower them with sheer force. I don't feel I'm mechanically good enough to just outplay everybody all the time, but what I am really good at doing is being very sneaky and trying to secure a pick and then getting out. So that's what I'm setting up to do here yet again.
Healing magic. Lovely.
Unfortunately, I didn't know they had a Venom respawning, so that ruined my surprise there. But I'm still alive, so I'm just going to wait for my team to come back and start applying pressure before I go in. This type of angle here is what I mean by the difference between playing well versus carrying. This is a very extreme angle to take and a very dangerous one at that. If I die, it will really set my team back, but also at the same time, one pick could be all that we need in order for us to secure the point. All the time, what you're trying to do is you're trying to take those angles in which the enemy team is unsuspecting, allowing you to try and get that quick pick to give your team the advantage. And pinstering the enemy is my personal favorite strategy.
Only 60 seconds left.
Maximum pulse!
Right here, for instance, even though I wasn't the one that secured the pick on the Hela, I forced her into a position where she didn't have her stun and she didn't have her bird and pushed her into my team. This allowed Spider-Man to follow up, secure the kill, and give our team the advantage.
Hey, Dee! Enjoy
Unfortunately, she was able to get res and use her ult, but we still managed to secure a pick in that time.
This is real firepower!
Fire mode!
Healing magic. Lovely.
Down to 30
Unfortunately, it didn't pay off and they still managed to defend the objective really well.
seconds.
My light cannot be snuffed. Farewell.
More bad guys. Just what we need. You get a web it! You get a web it! You get a web!
The final 10 seconds.
By the eye of
Seeing Spidey got rocket, I immediately targeted the Cloak and Dagger afterwards so that way I could completely deny the enemy team from having any heals, which makes our fight a lot easier. If I wasn't immediately searching for those off angles, I wouldn't have been able to secure the Cloak and Dagger. You don't want to fall into the trap of constantly just pumping damage into the tanks, in which the tanks are just getting healed up by the supports. You need to find a way to split the enemies up or try and find a way to get those higher priority picks, because tanks want to absorb that damage. So I'm going to search to see if I can apply pressure to someone else instead.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner. Double KO!
As cold-hearted as your name suggests, Frost. Where does this lead?
I had gone up to try and body block the doorway, but they still managed to jump out anyway, and I probably just should have stayed on the point, but luckily we're still able to cap it.
A nice deep freeze. It's okay. Admit it. You need me. Yes. Another hit for Luna Snow. You know what to do, spiders?
You can see me here constantly taking a look at where the convoy is and where my teammates are. I'm trying to assess the situation and how far I can play up. I don't want to go so far that I'm completely out of the LOS of my teammates. Where the convoy's positioning is dictates where my teammates are at, and where my positioning is dictated by my teammates. So I need to be mindful of both.
This course should end our little Ultron problem.
Some uninvited.
Only 60 seconds left.
Here, I'm just applying pressure with my team. I'm searching for the squishier targets that are easier to kill, and very luckily, I managed to get the storm, and I dash back out because as soon as I get my pick, I play safe because we've already got the advantage. I'm not going to blow it.
You need me.
You're welcome.
That's better.
Knowing that we have the advantage and we have numbers and I have my ultimate, I'm looking to try and maintain that momentum that my team has got. And even though this is typically a very risky angle to take, because of the fact that we already have a numbers advantage, it's hugely beneficial for us and a little bit less risky. Many times people default to trying to always play around their team, play with their team. And even though that's the place where you're probably going to get healed the most and be within the LOS of your team, it's not always the best place to try and make a play. And to carry games means you have to take those risks. But the more you understand your limits of what you can do, the more you can take those risks and secure those picks. And on Psylocke, I'm very confident in my ability to take those risks. Here, it was unfortunate that I wasn't able to secure the Iron Man myself, but it did get him low enough so that way my Spidey could follow up and secure the pick for me. This is what it means to work with your team, where you're not always trying to get the kill yourself. You may try for a kill and fail, but as long as you get out alive, hopefully one of your teammates can follow up on the opening that you've created for them.
I made a threat.
Someone scratch my back. Hey, Dee, enjoy this.
Maximum pulse!
There you see, once again, my team pushes one direction, I try and go for a play and secure a pick and get another, and then as soon as I do, I get out, I play safe, and I wait for my cooldowns to come back.
There.
Playing this far up, I'm confident in my abilities to be able to get out, but all I'm trying to do is apply pressure in the doorway so I keep them from trying to contest the objective. I'm probably not going to secure a kill right next to their spawn door, but the goal isn't kills, the goal is just applying pressure. And as soon as I start to get low, I'm immediately looking for my exit.
By the eye of Agamotto!
10 seconds.
When your team is able to apply enough pressure and control that momentum, it causes the enemy team to make a lot of mistakes. Hela there used her bird form and her stun and failed, which made for an easy kill. With that numbers advantage, it's very easy to take these flanks, which are normally much more dangerous, and apply a lot better and more efficient pressure. So don't always default to standing directly next to your team. Try and find interesting places where you can stand, which you can apply pressure safely. But understand your limits and always have an idea of how you can get out if it goes bad.
I am ready to put on a show. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Behold the
I can't kill anything through Luna ult, and yes, I can charge my ult off of it, but I'm also being mindful of their spawn door because of the fact that I shouldn't forget that there are people respawning still, and they are going to be a lot easier to kill than anybody in the Luna ult.
God of Thunder!
Because they were rushing out to try and defend the objective, it made it very easy to catch them by surprise and get them both. After securing those kills, I knew it was going to be a much longer time before they were going to come back out to the point, so my eyes immediately turned to helping my team secure the objective. Everything I was doing was thinking ahead of what would give us the best chance of securing that objective, and how my time could be spent most efficiently. Pumping damage into a Luna ultimate ups your damage numbers, but it's not really efficient damage. Spawn camping is one of my favorite things to do, because support ultimates last a really long time, and it's very difficult to kill anything through them, but a lot of times the people coming out of spawn don't usually see you coming, allowing you to keep and hold that numbers advantage for longer, making it easier to cap the objective.
Belong to me!
The current score is 0-2.
Here on defense, it's very important that you try and stay alive. The moment you die, it allows the enemy team to push the objective. So even though I'm pushed up really far on defense here, I'm doing it because I understand my limits as this character. And part of learning how to carry games means putting yourself in these positions and learning from your mistakes. And learning how to carry means understanding your limits and what you can get away with. So even though this is normally a really risky position, because of my confidence in the ability on this character, I'm not feeling too worried.
Mr. Rocco's one step up from ego. Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
Out of sight.
I suck. Here comes trouble.
And just like that, by allowing my tanks to be the ones to pull attention and pull resources, I was able to catch one of their squishies off guard, securing the kill and getting out safely with my life. So while the enemy team was focused on damaging the tanks, I was waiting patiently for the right time to engage and securing a very valuable kill. In this position, it's very risky for me to be over here because of the fact that I'm not really near my team. What you can see me doing is looking around, sort of assessing my environment and where I can go if it goes bad, but also at the same time, applying pressure from this angle denies the enemy team from a lot of cover.
Spider mode.
Once my team had notified me that the cap was flanking and applying pressure, I decided to apply pressure back to get him out of there. It is everyone's job to try and peel, apply pressure, and take angles. And it just so happened to be that in that moment, I was free and available to help my backline.
That's me.
That's better.
How's that for a greatest hit, Luna?
Sayonara.
I'm lost against the world.
You lose.
Here, once again, you see me take a very aggressive angle in which the enemy team is utilizing cover to hide from my allies, but by taking such an aggressive angle, I was able to deny that cover and secure kills. If I had played safe and played passively with my team, I would simply just be pumping damage into the tanks, and the Storm and the Luna would probably still be alive right now. To successfully carry games, you need to be able to take those risks, but also have the confidence in your abilities to know that you'll come out on top.
That for a greatest hit, Luna.
And here, after securing 2 picks on the back line, I briefly step onto the convoy to make sure it stops in its place while they're distracted by my team. A lot of times, people get too caught up trying to chase the kills and they forget about the objective. So with all the chaos going on right now, I felt like it was a good opportunity to stop it in its place and buy my team some more time.
Double KO.
Out of sight.
By playing patiently and understanding when the cloak ult was going to run out, I was able to ult directly on top of them, putting them in a position where either they're going to run into my team or back into my ult. All of this happened because of the fact that I was confident in my abilities by taking such an aggressive angle. In order to carry, you need to be searching for plays like that. By taking such an aggressive and risky position, I was able to secure picks, stop the convoy, and clean up a couple more kills. This is what carrying is. Playing passively and standing next to my teammates applying a lot of damage is not efficient, so what I'm trying to do is search for a play that I can make. And your success in these plays comes from your ability to time your engages well and have good target prioritization.
You're welcome. Feel the wrath of the goddess! Hey, Petey, enjoy this!
I like the cold.
I'll patch you up.
I am ready to put on a show.
Farewell. Psionic Rift.
Not a lot has been happening here, but it's okay because of the fact that the convoy really hasn't pushed up very far. I'm prioritizing staying alive and searching for that key moment. The moment I try and see someone out of position or I can take an off angle to apply pressure. And even still, during all this time, I'm always trying to take my fight directly to the convoy so I keep it from going anywhere. But what I'm trying to do right now is be patient and wait for the opportunity to present itself.
Defenses are down.
You're welcome.
That one hurts.
You can see once again, as I'm behind my teammates and as I'm applying pressure with them, it's not the best place and the most efficient place for me to apply damage. I don't like pumping damage into the tanks that's just going to get healed up by supports. So once I find myself in that position and my team is regrouped and we're ready to start applying pressure, I go in search of a better angle in which to apply pressure and hopefully secure a pick. And once again, off angles are riskier, but they also offer better rewards.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
I'm just dying.
Sayonara.
You get away with it! You get away with it!
No! Spiders don't go down this easy!
That's better. Out of sight.
My way of playing is I'm always in search of those kills I feel I can confidently get. Anytime I'm not confident, I try to retreat and try and wait patiently for the right opportunity. I'm not trying to pick a fight with someone where I feel like I have a 50-50 shot of winning. I'm trying to pick a fight in which I feel I have an 80% chance of winning. And I do so by taking separate angles in which they're not paying attention to me and prioritize either targets out of position or someone at the very back so that way their team can't see that someone's in danger.
Born again!
Only 60 seconds left!
What you're seeing a lot in this match is as my team is constantly applying pressure from one direction, I am trying to always cut the enemy off by going another way. I am not confident in my abilities mechanically to just attack someone head on, so I'm always trying to find a separate angle in which I catch someone by surprise. And if I secure even one kill and I get out alive, I've given my team a huge advantage. So no matter what, I prioritize survival above all else.
You thank me.
I'll patch you up.
Here they come now.
Oh, sweet loot.
I am always using the third-person camera in this game to try and see what my enemies are doing without giving away my position. And one of the things I've learned from playing Magic is that you can get really close to the enemies from both the back and the side before they end up seeing you. This is a lot of the reason why you don't see me cloak in to try and attack the enemies, because the cloak acts like an alarm bell to the enemy team where they can hear what direction it's coming from. But I know that I can simply walk up and get really close to them and attack them and still use my cloak as an ability to get out alive.
Right?
Down to 30 seconds!
Hey, Dee!
Up against the world!
Fire! Stay tough.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Farewell.
Step aside! 10 seconds! You belong to me! I am ready to put on a show! Let's keep fighting until one wins!
You fought well. Mine. Out of
This right here is a perfect example of why I like to stay hidden and play safe. I'm allowing my tanks to do what they do best, which is pull attention and pull resources. As Emma once again used her ult and forced them into cover, I was already on the backside ready to deny that cover. And even though it's risky for me to be that deep into the enemy's backline, I was confident in my abilities as Psylocke to secure those kills and get out alive.
it's over.
And once again, you see me take the fight to the convoy, so we stop it in place.
Look out! Behind you!
Your day ends, demon.
You're up, little one.
Hey, Dee! Enjoy!
And just like that, we secure the win.
0, 2, 3.
With all the stats showing here at the end, I want to point out not just how high my kill participation was with how few deaths I have, but also how little the damage blocked was that I took. Part of carrying your games isn't just securing kills, it's also requiring as few resources as possible to secure those kills. The less healing and resources I need, the more that are available for my teammates. This game is all about securing that numbers advantage. Early on, as you climb through the ranks, simply utilizing cover and having good mechanics will allow you to climb up through the ranks relatively easily. But as you climb higher, you need to start being more creative of what angles you can take to secure those picks. Because while playing safe might keep you alive, it's not going to allow you to win. So try to think more creatively of what angles you can take to apply pressure, where you can deny cover from the enemy team, and what you can do in order to secure those kills. Because if your entire team clumps up and applies pressure from the same direction, that means the enemy team can stand behind cover and be protected from everybody. The Marvel Rivals map designs has a lot of different routes in which you can take, so don't default to always walking down main. Start to think, where can I go where I can catch the enemy by surprise? What can I do to secure that kill which my team needs in order to take space? But also, once again, always prioritize your survival. Because even if you fail to secure a pick, maybe someone else on your team was able to use the opening that you created to secure one themselves. Being alive means you can pull attention, pull resources, and apply pressure. but you don't help your team if you're dead. So anytime you're in a game and it feels like you're at a stalemate, start to ask yourself, where can I stand to apply pressure? Is this the most efficient place for me to be? Because finding those angles and applying that pressure and securing those kills is the difference between just playing well versus carrying. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.